I'm moving with blinding speed. You know, which means not, but I'm getting there, and so are we. I'm recording this on March 1st. Seems sort of momentous to me. And I'm actually gonna go through the zodiac, give it a go anyway, we'll see how it goes. So reading for each sign, starting with Pisces, because it's Pisces season. And it's a water energy. It's all about feelings and emotions and love and being able to be open to it. In its best energy, it's giving and receiving love. It's being loving and lovable. A friend of mine, I just loved this. She said she was debating whether to sort of allow herself to have a supported and a relationship where she was being asked to trust, and more than that, being welcomed, and it was a chance to join up with somebody and share resources and the kind of company that that fuels the best part of ourselves. And I was thinking this morning, the question of how to connect in a healing, healthy way, which is so, it's our mandate. Because when you don't do it, it's just a shit show. But how to connect without losing yourself. That's always the balance, isn't it? How far can you extend and still feel like you have agency, and that you're not completely subsumed by your feelings, particularly for another person. And that's something, I just think that's the balance we're always shooting for. And since circumstances and people and our inner development and all of that change, that's a dynamic that we have to keep finding. How do I give? How do I receive? In a way that doesn't deplete me or make demands on the other guy. It's a it's a terrifically it's a dangerous thing in a way, because we're making ourselves vulnerable, not only to the other guy, but to our own tendency to overgive or hold back or withdraw when it gets scary. And the other thing I was thinking about is I had a kind of intuition that was counterintuitive the other day. It struck me as counterintuitive that to a degree we've all faced abandonment issues, and I put it in air quotes because it's sort of become a jargony thing, but it's really not. It's very, it's an energy that can shape you, and that you can take forward from the time you're a little kid into your all through your life, in reaction to this abandonment. And I was going to say perceived abandonment, but I think it's, from your perspective, from my perspective, it's the same thing. I'm perceiving I'm alone. It's going to do certain things to my need to share, my ability to share, my ability to open up without being needy. And the thing I finally sort of understood was, often in relationship to abandonment, we don't respond by being cold, or leaving other people out in the cold. We respond by like overgiving, as if by making it up, you know, to sort of ensure that this person wasn't left in that position, because we know how it sucks. But it's a little weirder than that. It's sort of like, if I give enough, I won't be abandoned. I think that's the undercurrent. So we're starting off with that. It's kind of a somber message, or not. You know, I mean, connection is tricky, and you know, it's something we navigate. It's a landscape we navigate. And this is not Rider Waite. Pisces, please, for Pisces. The water sign, the sign of a deep dive. Your card is the moon, the mystery. The willingness to enter the mystery. Oh, lovely. Ace of Swords. And in this case, her head is like a nautilus. You know, there's something about the fractal, the repeating image within the image, within the image, within the image. Maybe not stating it right, but it's something like that. You know, where you take the most minute aspect of it, whatever segment you take is like a repetition of the pattern of the overall thing. So it's a very interesting kind of, it's the way things grow. And it's not cloning, it's not duplicating, it's building on. Ace of Swords. This is, and you can see the light beaming both into and out of the center of this nautilus. And now that I'm looking at it, it's also a staircase. These illustrations are very cool. And there are equations and symbols and mathematical symbols floating in the air above her. And the staircase begins down on her neck and goes up her neck and then somehow spirals around. And you can't really tell if it's going up or down. It's like that Escher print. I don't know if you've seen that, but he's able to draw the staircase that goes up and down at the same time. And she's got her eyes shut. You know, whatever this knowledge is that's coming into her, it's sort of by virtue of like taking the dive into her own brain. And I get also the image of the nautilus, you know, coming in and out of its shell. It's such a magnificent shell, you know. It really is, it's a lovely structure. It's protective. You take it with you. No, let's see. It's for Pisces, please. There are things flying all over the room. I don't know what's going on. It's like dust in here. Time for spring cleaning. So if I rub in my nose, that's why. And here comes Rue. Source of dander. No. No. No, please. Not in the candles, not on the cards. Thank you. Pisces, for Pisces, please. It's your season. You know what, Rue? This is really annoying. No, there are candles here. No, honey, go find another place to sit. I love you dearly, but you need to beat it. Shoof. Shoof. Thank you. Ace of Swords, please. This message, this formula. Six of Cups. right away, your energy, water energy. And this is a card of the soulmate, the person from the past love, the past connection. It indicates a certain nostalgia. And, you know, there's a little bit of an element of like, nostalgia being sort of revisiting it a lot. Being not stuck there, but that love, you still feel it, and you still think about it. And in this, it's like a child with the puppy, and then the gray-haired guy with the old dog, two old dogs. But it isn't necessarily romantic, but it's an old, deep love that you're still thinking about. It travels all the way from childhood to adulthood. Oh, we got a flipper. We got a bunch. They were so insistent. I'm going to take them all. First out was Queen of Swords. Again, the sword energy. Remember I said something about, healthy boundaries? Well, that Queen of Swords is all about that. She knows who to admit and who to, ignore. But it is first and foremost a card of like honest communication and really not wanting anything else. And in this, it shows her at the tiller of a boat, is what it looks like. And she's facing leeward. I'm trying to, because I'm not that, my sailing expertise is not great. But in any case, the wind is blowing from her back to her front. You can see it by the flags as well. So that's also a kind of, she's looking at where she's been. And that's this past energy again. Looking back on something with clarity, perhaps. And with fresh eyes. Having done some, the spiral in and the spiral back out. It's a little bit like that maze thing we were talking about. And Page of Wands. This is like the new idea, the new direction. This is excitement. This is being inspired by something. And it's not looking back. It's a card of going forward in a new direction. So this would also suggest she's looking at where she's been, but she's moving ahead. I'm just really reading the wind imagery on this. And it is sword energy. It is air energy. So air, the fact that the wind is blowing. I'm not going to worry about the directional thing because I think I may be mistaking it. But she is apparently looking back at this connection. And kind of excited about what's to come. Oh, I don't guess why. A Five of Cups. Again, cup energy, your energy. Usually in Five of Cups, there are 3 spilled and 2 upright. In this one, she's spilling the 4th with her foot. And there's definitely one left, and it's behind her. And there is a way in which there's a current going down her front, joining with that spilled cup, and doing a kind of circling the drain with that. You know, again, that sort of image like the Ace of Swords, the spiral staircase. This is like the spiral sinkhole, or circling the drain. And somehow, I mean, it's 6 of Cups, 5 of Cups, you know, this nostalgia for this relationship that you may be moving away from, you know, takes a piece of your heart. There are these 3 cups that are spilled, and the 4th one, you're sort of tipping over. It's like, and she doesn't look particularly defeated, but she knows she can't stop this 4th cup. 7 of Pentacles, card of growth, card of investment, and just planting something. You know, there's not very much peeking up the top, but this person is tending to it, and the root system is fabulous. And isn't that the way? You know, the root system is sometimes way bigger than the thing that's actually visible. It's an earth energy. It's about growth. And the grower. Because this is an individual nurturing this, investing in this, spending time to see this through. You know, in real time. This is sort of the time of looking back nostalgically. Right? To a former connection. And this is nurturing what's in front of you. Growing something. And it maybe you come from this place of sort of, I give up, you know? I give up. It's circling the drain. But this would suggest no. No, it's not. There's something growing. Can you tell us about what's growing after this sadness, this 5 of Cups energy? Your intuition, High Priestess. Which I see as a card of Pisces. I'm not sure it's identified with any particular sign, but is the one who feels deeply and feels, you know, before, without necessarily being able to talk about it. And who could intuitively read, remember I was saying something about the question of being abandoned and then overgiving. She'd know, she could read that in other people, and she knows it's true about herself as well. Because 5 of Cups really is a card of abandonment. And, you know, that's one way to look at it. You're here alone to deal with these cups, these feelings. And one still exists, and it's self-love, Ace of Cups. You know, that single cup that's still standing behind her. And it's full of light and, you know, it's full. It looks effervescent. But she's letting a lot of her light pour out of her and, circling the drain. And I just noticed in this card, her eyes are shut. But if you look very carefully, there are eyeballs peeking through the lids. They're just the lids that are shut. The eyes are still open behind, and that's High Priestess, being able to see without, in a different way, let's put it that way. She's the seer. And so is Queen of Swords, in a sense. She sees where she needs to go. She sees what she needs to leave behind. She doesn't like to connect in a way that she wouldn't, in a way that drains her. So this may be Ace of Swords, a new way of thinking about this old relationship that you're perhaps moving away from. Queen of Swords, you've set a boundary of some kind. And it's given you inspiration, Page of Wands, and new life. And often this means good news. Well, you could use good news after this kind of sadness and depletion. And you're leaving a piece of yourself behind in this Six of Cups energy, this old relationship, this nostalgia. But you're growing something else. You're investing in something else. You're going to spend your time on something that will grow. Because Five of Cups isn't about something that will grow. And High Priestess, you see it already. What does she see, please? Wow, that was a real pop, but nothing popped. High Priestess. She doesn't like to talk, so let's see if we can get her to talk to us. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is Hangman, which can mean like a hold-up, a suspension, a delay. Sometimes it's like being put into a timeout by circumstance, by the universe. And often for a revelation of some kind. And she's, sort of in a sling. And there's not momentum in this. She's at that still point. And there are these runic symbols below her that she's sort of reaching for. She wants to, he, she, they, understand and is willing to sacrifice something, because that's another meaning of Hangman, and come to a sort of standstill to get it, to get the new perspective. Upside down, get the new perspective. Two major arcana, bam, bam. High Priestess, Hangman. So, looking with this inner vision, seeing with your eyes shut, and there are the symbols that are right around her head, runic symbols, kind of the mystery language, and they're around this guy too. Hanged Man is, can't remember, Four of Pentacles, the card of holding back or holding on. And Hangman could definitely be a card of holding back. It's something in suspension. maybe to get a new perspective. And it has something to do with fear, maybe. Four of Pentacles, she's clutching this purse to her chest. Like, I don't want to lose this. Don't want anybody to take it away. My pentacles, something I value. Because Five of Cups is sort of similar. Like I've lost so much. I've been disappointed and sad. So I'm kind of in a there's something clenched and stuck about this. Because you're afraid, somebody's afraid, that what they value will be taken away. And, you know, it might be by letting go of this old relationship. You know, in some very real Pentacles way, you're not letting go. You're hanging on. Don't take it away. Five of Cups, don't take it away. And it's protective too, like, I've been hurt, Five of Cups. I'm now in sort of protective mode, because she's holding it right over her heart. Could have to do with money, but it's more like conserving your resources, your pentacles. Conserving your resources. Bugging me that I can't remember what Hangman is. Anyways. So tell us about this. Let's go right for the new beginning, Page of Wands, because that's, okay. Ten of Pentacles popped right out. It's like, finally. Very excited about this new direction. And seeing it as everything you could want. Ten of Pentacles. It sure isn't this Four of Pentacles. I'm scared, I'm protecting myself. That may have happened in the past. In this Six of Cups relationship, perhaps. But you're embarking on something enthusiastically in a new direction that's going to lead to this abundance. Not Four of Pentacles, I got to hang on, protect myself, protect my stuff. Protect my resources, perhaps energetic resources. Don't want to spend more time on this and so forth. And this is like the big investment, all in. It's an opportunity, Page of Wands, and good news of some kind. Inspirational new direction about abundance. Where you're all in. Five of Cups, please. Your energy, Cups energy, and there's a loss here. There's a boy, it's a tough shuffle too. You're letting something go down the drain. Like three are spent and you're tipping over the last one. It looks like a release to me. Nine of Wands. This is putting your guard up, putting your boundaries up. I mean, you can see she's behind a fence and holding a wand in her hand. And she's giving a sort of serious stink eye. You know, don't approach. You're at a checkpoint. You know, there's been such disappointment. And I have my boundaries up now. Remember we talked about the healthy boundaries. Well, this would be a healthy boundary. If you've been left to, you know, brokenhearted, basically circling the drain, and this is somebody who's regained, you know, the one wand lit up, and all the rest are used as a fence, basically. And she's behind the fence, and you know, somebody's just got their guard up. Against loss. Okay, Eight of Wands. This was going to go on Ace of Swords, which makes sense. This is a card of communication. We've got a sequential thing, Nine of Wands, Eight of Wands. That can mean somebody's on the right track. Because communication needs to happen. Ace of Swords. You know, it's kind of work it out. Go into your nautilus shell. Be enlightened. And then come out and talk. Communicate. And this would suggest there's a new beginning. You know, you've been sad. You set up your boundaries. Well, when do you come back out? Because we were talking about that balance between, you know, we genuinely need each other, but if we're needy and deplete each other, you know, or if we're scared of being hurt, we're depleted, so we never open up. Four of Pentacles. This is also kind of a card of negotiation in a way. Messages going back and forth. Ace of Swords, true messages. Each person has figured something out. And now there can be clear communication. Sword communication. Clear, clarity. And Queen of Swords would be very clear. And she would set the boundary. But she's willing to talk. She's all about communication, negotiation. Because I think whatever the disappointment was, the hurt was in terms of emotions, there's a new perspective, Hangman, on this holding back business. And it looks to me like there was a guard put up, a boundary put up to protect yourself from hurt. But now you're in the mode of trying to grow something, Seven of Pentacles. With strong root systems, stable. Stable not in a Four of Pentacles I'm stuck way, but in I will attend and tend to this thing. And communicating is a good way to start. So I'm just going to ask, Six of Cups, how do we bring this into the present? I mean, evidently we communicate clearly, which will involve letting the guard down a little bit. That guarded twice over, Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Well, Five of Wands. It's not going to be worked out overnight. There's a degree of you know, different people wanting to go in different directions, and it's a I mean, they're trying in this card to build a structure. Because the guy at the top is reaching for the shooting star, basically. And they're climbing higher and higher. There's a mountain, a mountain range, and they're climbing. It reminds me of those sort of pyramids where you have to, the guy who gets to the top climbs there, you know. First there's the guy on the bottom, then there's the several guys on the bottom, and then two, and then one, and then the guy on the top. You know what I mean? So it's working out a way to get there. In one's energy, building a new thing. You know, whatever this in the past business was, there needs to be a kind of cooperative effort to build this new structure. And it will be based on a communication. Where are we now, Ace of Swords? Let's find out. Let's negotiate. How do we build this? How do we cooperate to build this? Because right now the cooperation is a little iffy. Queen of Swords. What's the boundary? What's her click? Okay, here's the boundary, Seven of Wands. In the sense that, you know, she's in this kind of meditative posture inside the bubble, which is kind of like her aura. You know, she's created a safe space. And these wands that would be able to maybe poke at her aren't penetrated. You know. A card up. So Queen of Swords has, to a degree, her clarity is achieved by a degree of removal. It's not that Nine of Wands, this is a barrier and I'm giving you stink eye. She's not giving anybody stink eye. She's centering. She's needing to ignore certain things. And Queen of Swords would. Remember I said she's ignoring something? But this would suggest it's not like a malicious I'm ignoring you. It's like I need to go inwards. Maybe to solve this. Second card is Nine of Cups, your energy again, water energy. This is a wish fulfillment. And this in this card is depicted just ecstasy, basically. Queen of Swords. Remember I said who to let in and who to let out? Or who to leave behind? This is sort of, I'm protected. You know, and eyes shut is a little bit reminiscent of the high priestess who was seeing through her eyelids. Well, so is she. But there's this absolute joy. Whatever she's finding in this, you know, and it's lighting her up, solar plexus, wand energy. I'm going to do this. But in this case, it's what am I going to do? I'm going to get quiet and remove myself to a degree. But this is like the joyful return, where this is the product of this. I mean, you're in your happy place, basically. This is wish fulfillment. This is being where you want to be. This is exaltation. And Queen of Swords is a card of discernment. So you're sort of discerning your, okay, and this is going to go on Seven of Pentacles, 7 on the 7. You know, that card of growing the thing. Kind of from the roots up. And it's now becoming apparent. I'm just, I'm trying to put it together, and I'm not. I mean, this is sort of Seven of Wands. She's in a time out of a kind. The things are not getting at her right now. She's in a quiet place. And this is somebody working, kind of in real life, spending time to grow something. So it's a little bit, I think you always sort of have, this is like a card of conceiving of it, standing up for something in traditional right-of-way. Yeah, I don't know. 7 and 7 is 14. Okay, we're going to get one on the High Priestess, and perhaps she can help me to see this, shut my eyes, see through my eyelids into this question of, well, there it is. Remember I said, how far can we extend ourselves? What's overgiving? 7 of Wands is not overgiving because it has that protective energy. But it's not 4 of Pentacles. I won't give. I'm scared to give. You're going to take it away. Not at all. It's not at all that. But there is a question of, I'm investing in this. I'm spending time, Pentacles, trying to grow it, Pentacles, for real. So that's sort of both sides of the equation. I want to give my time and attention, but at the same time, I need to sort of reserve in this kind of energy bubble enough for myself. I want to grow it, but I also need some distance. That sounds very healthy to me. I don't know. Okay, 3 of Pentacles on High Priestess. This is that earth energy. I want to grow it. This is in cooperation. This is not going solo. It looks like he's here by himself growing it. But the High Priestess kind of foresees a time, Pentacles, when there will be cooperative energy, 3 of Pentacles. You're not working on this alone. You may have had boundaries up at some point, maybe healthy boundaries, because something hurt you, 5 of Cups. But High Priestess sees, with her inner vision, cooperative time ahead. Where you're not growing it by yourself, you're growing it together with somebody. And there's still sort of a healthy boundary. That's 7 of Wands. But, we started off with that, earlier on, we saw the Page of Wands that inspired new beginning with the 10 of Pentacles. That's where you're headed. That's what you're excited about. Well, when you combine 7 of Pentacles with 3 of Pentacles, the work done together to grow something, you don't have to do it by yourself. You've got help. Somebody's here willing to do it with you. 7 and 3, 10. That's where you're headed. That's that good news, that page of wands, new direction. Pisces. You know, from Five of Cups and boundaries up to Queen of Swords, the discerning one, and Nine of Cups, happiness, exaltation, and on a personal level, you know, personal fulfillment. And it looks to me like it's not just you. It's that Three of Pentacles. You know, we can do this together. And again, that question of how far can I invest without losing myself? Well, this would suggest, yeah, you can. I mean, you did lose yourself at one point. You really did. And it made you guarded. I'm not letting that happen again. But you got, at some point, a new perspective, Hangman, on the fact that you were shut down. You're not shut down. You're seeing the way forward. Pisces, Nine of Cups. From Five of Cups to Nine of Cups, that is a leap. That's like, you know, the bird that you pick up off the ground and you think it's dead, and you hold it in your hands for a minute, and then you suddenly feel the flutter. And it's a living bird. It's a living bird, after all. Not circling the drain anymore, circling the Nautilus shell. I think we get it. Oh, lovely. Oh man, gotta take them both. We have the world, you know, passing through the portal, and she's got that ecstatic look of the Nine of Cups. And that energy that before seemed to be draining out of her, circling the drain, is now coming right into her from above. She's entering a whole new place. He, she, they. And maybe both of you, because it's Three of Pentacles, you're with somebody, Empress. This is giving birth to the new thing. You know, Empress is a card of fertility, creativity, bringing something to life. She's pregnant here, and her belly is the earth. And here, the card is the world. It's the last card in the major arcana. So it's a real completion of a cycle in the beginning of the next. You're stepping through and creating something in earth energy for real. Ten of Pentacles. For real. And then it does start with, this inspiration, this new direction, this spark. This is the thing that ignites it. And, you know, Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands. Start talking, negotiate it. I mean, I feel like I've been saying that again and again, but, you know, I think the only way we can discover, it's not the only way, but it certainly helps if you're trying to find that balance between giving too much, giving too little. I was abandoned, no, you abandoned me. I mean, Five of Cups is a card of emotional abandonment. It makes you put your guard up. Remember I said it like you carry it into all your life, perhaps. But not now. World, the whole new experience. And Empress is being birthed, created. Her belly is the world. So this is like birthing yourself and everything else to boot. 10 of Pentacles, everything else to boot. Brilliant, Pisces. Good on you. This is going to be a wonderful month for you. And I'm happy for you, I think, because you have been through loss. And you did, of necessity, it looks like, you felt you had to put up your guard, and you did. And then you got a new perspective, and it changed everything. It opened up the lines of communication again. You know, such promise, such joy ahead. Fertility, Empress, to grow this thing together. Lovely, lovely. Talk to you soon.